Bang, 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 everybody. How we doing today? A little bit earlier of a stream, starting at 4:30. We got a good, solid hour before we have the first of, I think, 2 of 3 fills. So the first of 2 big money, high stakes races. Obviously, not taking off anywhere near each other. One going off at 5:20 p.m. The next one going off, I think, close to 4 a.m. So right now, just covering one, and that is the 1,800-meter Budweiser Brewery Bonanza. We'll start bringing up the Z-Sims. We'll start bringing up the races. We'll look through the competition. But fellas, did you guys look into the 12 horses at all in this field? And is there any initial, without breaking it down too much, is there any initial thoughts about the field when you saw it originally?
Yeah, Arbitrage grabbed 2 flames.
Yeah, I know, but Z-Sim says I'm supposed to, and we'll get into that. I didn't pull flames, but Z-Sim has me pulling flames, so I actually like that better. I'd rather pull flames on Z-Sim than Zed. I think the stats
You do enjoy
that.
Z-Sim.
So, it's actually kind of nice, but I don't love my chances to win, honestly.
Podium would be nice. This compared to so this is our first. This is our first grade 1-esque style race on Zed. You know, the Netflix race could be considered a grade 2 or grade 3 at this point, but you see some horses that are obviously supposed to be in here, and then there's a few that are head scratchers, and there's a couple it's I guess we're just hoping for 5th or 6th, to make 1,000, which isn't bad. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to break it down. I looked at the Z-Sim chart. It's just without inflating your domicile too much more. It's just very reassuring to see Bank Phantom that close to the top, considering all those deep ones in this race.
Right, and it's because not to cut you off, sorry, it's because Dank Phantom is so fucking fast. Look at the variance real quick. The variance isn't great. Z-Sim himself says it in these big races, you really need to have over a 10, 9.5, 10 variance to win these. And Dank Phantom only pulls a 7.5. So that's why you see here, and I alluded to this earlier, look, this 56% is actually flames. In the money would be flames, the second highest relative to this one. But I actually lost. See, earlier when I hit Sim, I had flames, so that shows you how close this is. But winning percentage, I actually, in terms of winning, am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 8th highest chance to win, and that's reflected in odds. But again, this is a top 6. So, and when you're talking about this much money, a 2nd and 3rd is also kind of juicy. So I don't mind the in the money ROI equity versus just winning. If it was a normal race, you care about the win a lot more because that's the side of it that's juiced. But for a top 6, you're obviously more concerned with just finishing higher than 6 other horses that finish below you. And I think I'm set up kind of nicely. You said there was some that's what's going on. Compelling song. I thought this was its parent when I first looked into it. I thought it was compelling story, and I was like, "What the hell's going on here?"
What's up, Lacey? What's up, Darside? Yeah, I mean, it's we broke. Like I said, the other high stakes race we really broke down was, the Red Dead Redemption race or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, the Red Dead Redemption.
The Netflix 2.0 race, and I mean that was a click. Whoever got in, but there were some horses that were in there that, all right, I guess we're just trying to spike, but there's some in here that it's just I could find a couple better things to do with that entry, but it's not my money, so I'm just here to give my thoughts on the race. But yeah, there's some wild ones in there, and then the devastatingly obvious ones.
Are you throwing this horse an 1,800 paid into 5,000?
That's what I'm saying. There's some of these in here. I would. Listen, I'm not the trainer. I'm just the broadcaster. So,
Dylan, even if you disagree, sell me on what run Horsey Run was potentially thinking. If you look at this graph and knowing you really only have to finish in the top 6, no, is there any what do you even think their thought process potentially was?
I guess they think they can snake top 6. I mean, there is the 4-5 is their highest.
Yeah.
So
My
maybe
thing is,
they're
like,
just hoping for a 4-5.
Dude, my
I can't
other
tell.
question is,
This
like,
I
do they
wouldn't
almost
enter
know that
this
it's not a
course.
true double up? Because it's not worth the 5-6 ROI when you're spiking at 5-6 to go like this high
Yeah.
of like the thing. Where like if it's
I-
a true top 6, I agree with that statement, right? Because 5 is just as good as 1.
Yeah, but
Top
this
6, but
it's
now
like,
it's not.
I put it this way. Me personally, as a gambling man, when I broke down the entry, I personally would never bet $500 to win $100. And that's how I look at this.
yeah.
I would never do. I personally
That's what that
would
is.
never
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
what that is.
Yeah, that's
And that's
no,
exactly
I agree.
what this is. Like,
Yeah, I have
sure,
no
it
clue what
looks
this
good
is.
on paper, but like when you look at it from from the other side, the gambling perspective, betting 500 to win 100, like that's not. Go win a $100 entry. You know what I mean? Like you probably have a better chance of actually just scooping that than praying for a top 6. But also, like, it's a giant race, and it's putting there's like free advertisement that comes with it. Like your name's getting talked about, your stable's getting like publicity, kind of. But like, yeah, I just like I said, there's some horses in here that I would rather just keep it $100 races, $50 races.
And this is who I thought it was when I saw the name. I immediately went to this, who was the father. So obviously, I was wrong, but at least in the bloodline. But yeah, they don't own this horse, so it wasn't like they could choose one or the other. But like, at least with this one, and again, this is its pay chart. I'm not even certain for sure I would even enter this one, but at least this one we know it's a good horse. The chart makes a little bit more sense. Honestly, its top 6% is less than the baby that's entered. But if you look at ROI of where you finish in the top 6, I bet you this one's much better. But yeah, I'm not quite certain about that one. There was one other one, and I'm sure we just look at the bottom of Z's 10. Okay.
Dreaming of Douglas is the other one that at 1,800 is just like I personally would have passed. But
see, the thing is, we always have to remember about
the other thing is like
so
maybe some people are banking on, all right, there's all these Z1s in here. Like maybe there's a spook factor and I can just sneak, maybe sneak a podium or something. But like I try to find things positive to say, but like I can't find positive things to say about the horses that we just looked at. Like I think they're way out of their league.
Who's in
Not
this
the only
race?
one that thinks that. Obviously, Z-Sim, that puts them rightfully where they belong. Like, but it's also nice to see horses like Victoria's horse like on the track again. I know he was on the bench for a while.
With better
until he
odds
got
than
sold.
me. With better odds than me. It's
Yeah. I mean, the odds are relatively. There's only 2 horses that are just like complete blowouts. I guess there's a 14 and a 13.
I really like. Obviously, I'm rooting for the win, and I think that I can genuinely get it. I feel really good about a podium bet for Dang Phantom. Oh, fuck you, Danny Bananas. You're gonna have to pay
So we
Lamar
got something
Jackson.
special for Danny.
You're gonna have to pay Lamar Jackson a bajillion dollars. Have fun with that.
That's all right. Kyler Murray just got money for being average.
I know.
That's
now they're
crazy.
gonna have to pay Lamar. We never pay a running back that pretends to be a quarterback, right?
That's
Dylan?
crazy.
Yeah. Sorry, I was reading a different page.
No,
Right,
I was just shitting on the Ravens a little
slander.
bit. So. The Ravens suck.
We got something for Danny lined up.
Did we? Yeah. Did we show
His
Danny the
contribution.
horse?
We haven't showed him. Maybe we take a look at that then. Danny, you weren't here, Zook. We did a little breeding Friday night, and Danny was gracious enough to lend us a female to breed with Stallone the pony, and the combination
Oh, you didn't
kind
breed
of nice.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't just go into my stuff and take a video.
I was gonna breed So Sticky, but I think that horse needs to be machined and put with the top Genesis you can find. That's what I think.
We have what is So Sticky?
It doesn't matter. It needs the top Genesis with variants.
No, what I'm saying, I think there's because it may not, because there's that cross thing, so you may want to stick with a legendary. You know I'm not wrong about that. Now that
So Sticky is nice. I would rather
So
just
Sticky
get,
is
like,
nice.
the best high class exclusive you can get.
Look at this.
But yeah, the horse we bred Friday. Yeah, look it up. The name of the horse is
I'm sending you a
Bananas.
race from it.
Bananas Behind Bars.
Yeah, I just sent you a race from it.
So we bred it in with the cross tournament in mind. So not too bad. A lot of fun, some flames in those discoveries, flames in the Griffies.
Yeah, this is.
So you get to roll this into, I think, is the cross tomorrow, or is it the next day? Whatever. Like it doesn't matter. Friday was breed for strategy essentially, and we bred with this in mind, which is great. Everyone should be doing that. Maximize your breeds as much as you can.
Not the greatest field, but fine fields to performing this well. Looks fine.
It's not. It's not ever going to be a killer. It's a Z22 Zabo Cross or Zabo Cross. Got lucky, got a female.
Yeah, Z22 Zabo Cross Philly.
Especially coming from Stallone the Pony, who isn't great, but has distance preference. God, Danny, it doesn't look
What up, Eddie? What up, Thorpe? Let's see what else we got. Third Head, Big Like a Freak, Ponyfish, Dank Phantom, Chromatic Fury, Barack, Evergreen Gates, Unknown Story, Dreaming of Douglas, Victorious Tours, Okay Thanks, and Rest in Peace.
Yeah, I mean,
and I disagree with this. So many people are saying that this is Third Head and then everyone else. I just don't see that at all.
Well, the last time we said it was Third Head versus everyone else, Third Head didn't even show up, I don't think. That was
not even
the C1
Third Head's great. Third Head's unbelievable. Third Head's one of the picks to win this. I think if you're saying it's Third Head or anyone else, it's legit a senile take on this race. Even Z-Sim itself on this one specific run says it's not even the favorite. In this one, Think Like a Freak. For this
could pop off and just be there. Evergreen Gates could also just pop off. Like Dank Phantom.
Yeah, Evergreen Gates has better odds. Barack has the same odds.
Yeah, this is one of those races. Like I'm kind of happy to just be here to watch this. Like it's just a fucking juice race. Like this is crazy.
Okay, Thanks will not win. But besides that, really any of the other ones, I wouldn't put any money behind Rest in Peace, but I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be Okay Thanks is not winning this. And this is what we have a long time, and this is why we wanted to set out early, because right now we're talking wins, but again, we know this is a top 6, so there is a lot more involved with just winning this, especially with an amount of money that is out in stake that, I don't even love Okay Thanks' chances at the top 6, to be honest, because with a Z1, it probably carries itself to a left-leaning chart because it has no variance, but its overall speed probably carries it to a decent top 6 at this distance. This one specific race is being matched in its speed. So,
it's a wide gap for the next. Okay Thanks is bottom on variance, and it's a huge gap into the next horse. So, that's pretty bad. I would imagine.
My thought is with no variance and decent speed, you're kind of locking your you're just kind of locking yourself up to less things to potentially happen. I feel like their race isn't from 1 to 12. He's looking at best case scenario 4th or 5th, and worst case scenario 10. So if I ran those numbers, it probably wouldn't be EV positive. Z-Sim itself is saying, right, there's 7 horses that based on the simulations are EV positive. The 5 aren't. I was talking about this with my friends yesterday when I was telling them about this race, because they're all D-gens also. The great thing about this is there's a lot of EV, ROI, sample size, blah, blah. It's legit one race. So, Dreaming of Douglas, Victorious Tours, compelling story, could easily win this. And then it doesn't matter what was said before. And the P&Ls on Know Your Horses will look a lot different after this race. And that's one thing that I'm not too excited for if I don't win, because I'm the back of the baseball card guy. I like at least the P&L to look decent if the horse is good, but people are going to have to start swallowing some ugly back of baseball cards if you enter these big races more frequently.
If you believe in rule number 1, then I don't think Dank Phantom will have a problem recouping that ROI in the future.
I believe
even if you take a
rule
devastating loss,
it's does Zed believe in rule number 1? We got to get these going more and more and more. That's the thing. More people would enter genuinely, and they did this by saying it's going on, I think, for the next 4 weeks. Like if you knew that this was happening more and you would have another way to make back your 5K, then they would do this. The thing with like the Netflix race or other races that have been tough when they're one off, people have done the analysis where if you lose, like it's going to take you so long to win it back. But now knowing that, there's another one next week, the week after that, and the week after that, more people just from, talking to them were a lot more comfortable going into this one because a loss, is easily attainable next week, especially with this being top 6 that, you can come back next week and win it all back pretty easy.
I would rather see these not be top 6.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
just me personally.
Yeah.
I would rather be the traditional top 3.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's high stakes.
They have to do it in like once they saw that this one entered, the next one they'll probably try.
Maybe less people. Maybe it turns people away because you don't have that chance to. I don't know. I just don't like the top 6 format for high stakes races like this. Like it's high stakes for a reason. It's like high stakes with a security blanket. But yeah, I think maybe if they did just go to traditional top 3, you'd see less people.
That's what I'm saying. They had to do this one top 6 for certain because like
they
had to just see if it fills. Yeah, and
I mean they had no problem.
Hope for the next one. I mean, what they should do is they should treat them as separate entities. Like for the next one at mids, go. Maybe the top 3, and for the next one at marathons, cut back the entry price and see, what, or change the distance or do something like that because, it's all about testing things. But yeah, I do agree with the chat that this probably filled because of the top 6.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Again, I think it's not an oxymoron. It's top 6 is fool's gold because people hear top 6 and they're playing with EV in their minds of double up.
Yeah.
5 and 6 doesn't pay out too much when you're calculating potential EV of your horse. So be wary of that. Until true double ups come out.
Yeah, like if this was a true double up, I could understand this feel. I just don't. I don't know. I just feel like a couple of them are just trying to spike. But also the race needed to fill, just like any other race. Like horses have to run. So here we have a field that we.
Yeah, the other one. We'll go over that a little bit. Well.
Yeah, I mean that one fires in 12 hours, so that's nice. I'll be awake.
So who's first? Who's last? Who do you think's coming in last in this race? Okay,
thanks.
Who has the lowest chance? Give me 3 horses that you feel confident aren't finishing in the top 6.
Definitely okay, thanks. Compelling song. I don't think Dreaming of Douglas gets there either. I don't think either of those three you can count out for top 6. Sorry to the parties invested.
I think Evergreen Gates is going to come in last.
Potentially.
I think Evergreen Gates, and that's not even me talking shit. That's just me saying it's the best variance horse.
It could happen.
And it's just going the other way with that. And saying it's last is actually giving it a compliment. You know what I mean by saying over like 9th or 10th? People know what I mean by saying it's coming in last. But I think the 3 that aren't going to make it are Okay Thanks, Compelling Song, and Evergreen Gates. I feel pretty confident that Okay Thanks and Compelling Song won't make the top 6. Evergreen Gates is going to be my choice of variance horse that hits last. So those are the 3 that I'm going with. Dylan, do you have any others that we didn't mention? Are there any of the favorites that maybe we're not considering that may finish in last that you think could be the one to hit that negative variance roll?
Yeah, that one horse right there, Dank Phantom.
I knew we were going to go with that.
I heard is one of the worst horses in the field.
I saw. You gotta get better because you smirked before you haven't tell. I would love to play poker with you.
He's really bad at shit talking.
Yeah. No, he hasn't really tell. He started smirking before he even said what he said.
You want to play poker? You want to play heads up for 5K? Let's do that with the buy-in next time.
You wouldn't even play me one-on-one in TRV for $1.
I don't have any.
It's not a skill game.
I don't have any things.
No, he's yelling at me.
Yeah.
Because he wants to play a non-skill game against me. Play a skill game against me, you coward.
Bro, we play poker every day.
You own 20% of this.
You can join us play poker anytime.
How much did you sell off?
80%.
80%?
Archie
I have no
has
reason to sweat.
15. Dan Shan has 10. Keith has 10. I tweeted. There's a bunch of people that got it. Some people I was willing to slice it whatever. Some people got 5. I was just slicing and dicing. I think there's 8 to 9 to 10 backers, and yeah, genuinely, we would not have entered this. We don't have the bankroll, or so do I really want to gamble $5,000, honestly, on a virtual horse race at this time. Personally, with Dank Phantom at 1,800, I'm more likely, if it was 22, I think I could be talked to personally putting up the 5,000 for Dank Phantom.
Next time, maybe it's 20.
Yeah, any other distance is tougher for me. Especially because people know how I feel about 18. I'm still on the fence. I continually get proven wrong. I'm happy that Z-Sim has finally caught up, and it's better at 1,800 on the stats as well. But the 18 and the 26 were the two. Like anything in between would have been better than 18 and 26. But we were raising them. We were going to get the 26 staked. It ended up not filling. So here we are with the 18.
Surprised it's not actually Dank running in this race, all things considered.
Yeah. And I didn't, well, honestly, Dank is better at 26, I think, than Dank Phantom.
Can you remove Dank Phantom and add Dank and see what the Z-Sim would do? Is that like a thing that's possible?
Well, in 18?
Yeah.
Dank Phantom's better at 18 than Dank.
I thought Dank was 18.
Dank is better at 26 than Dank Phantom. Dank is an unbelievable 2,600 horse, and it's like slept on because we've been running at 18 to 22 forever. But if you look at Z-Sim, it's like a top 25 horse at 26, and who knows, is that more about Dank or more about the fact that it's just like a weird distance that there's really only like 5 or 6 top horses at that. Yeah, but the other thing, why I like what we did, and I'm probably never going to do it for now until like eventually this game gets like really big, but I like the thought that people can use these assets to make guaranteed money in terms of you can stake 100% of the entry fee, but only give out like 90% if you mark it up. So you can be in this race with your good horse for free with still like a 10% chance of equity. I didn't mark it up. I'm also not against anyone else that marks it up, but I'm always for any different ways that people can potentially utilize these assets to make more money. Selling shares is real.
This
what
is
does
to
that
me.
mean? I don't disagree.
Don't play with money you don't want to lose. That's what it is. Like this is you buying shares or something.
Yeah, but I also think this is it. It does that, but it also does the opposite. Like it also does the most of like speeding up small stables because like they don't have the horses to put in a $500 race. That now they're staking like 500 on a good horse. That's similarly to the way that I think gambling and wagering can have this. Any way you can make more money off this game without having to use your horse that could potentially help you build your stable, I agree with. And most things that are risk rewards are ultimately going to pull liquidity from someone to give it to someone else. But I kind of like it for small stables. Like there's people that are trying to, they want to put money on a $500 race. They just don't have the horses to do it, but they have the bankroll to do it.
If they can buy a piece of a horse like Third Head, you know what I mean? Like
exactly
these horses like this, I understand. But like if you're looking to buy action just to buy action, that is degenerate gambling. That is not smart. Like if you're just trying to buy a piece of compelling song just to have a piece, just go buy a hot dog instead. If you're doing it smartly, like if you're putting it on a horse that has the chance, or like it's now we're hand in hand with gambling. Like people have to look at it that way. Like you're buying a piece of the action. If it's a solid bet in your part, all right, go for it. It's all you. Like if you feel good about what you did, you're in. But don't play with money you don't want to lose. That's basically what it comes down to. Like. Chat's going on too. Gotta pay attention there.
What's this? I love the idea of Zook, but with no juice in such a rug, I'm not going to charge 55 extra if a horse finishes 6, just to give people their money back.
Juicing is to me I've never been
I don't get that. I disagree with that. If people know what they're getting into, like they're betting on it because they know what 5th pays out and they know what 6th pays out. Like there's been a lot of stakes where people have staked for margin. I don't think it it matters at all if it's juiced or not juiced.
This is like
people that are buying entry know, what they're buying.
This is territory that like is gonna erupt if it backfires in the community. Like this like buying shares and like juicing and this and that. Like I don't partake in that stuff. It's just that's not how I play anything.
This is what I'm saying, and I agree with Big Better. Like I will make the argument. If you have $500 and you're trying to level up your stable, you should put that $500. If Jack from Bad Boy Racing would let you buy a sliver of third head in this specific race, then go spend it on a UU or breed something randomly when you know what the EV of new horses in this market is. Like
that's how you have to look at it. That's how you have to look at it, though. But not everybody thinks that way. That's the whole thing about this. Like, not everyone sees it that way. Like, so again, like I said earlier, if you are the type of person that when you gamble, if you are actively making bets that are betting $500 to win $100, then this is perfect for you. But like, if that's not your style, you basically have to make sure that your money is going on a horse that is going to like guarantee you plus like more than $100. Like you have to certainly you're getting a horse that's not guaranteed, but like should potentially be top 30. Like it's just hard, man. Like it's just, to me, it's just like really like I don't partake in these things. That's why I don't ever have like a good like breakdown for it. But it's just like I personally wouldn't do this. But like again, it's not my money. People can do whatever the fuck they want with their money because it's theirs. So like it's mine. I spend it.
And this is exactly what I think, Big Better, and it's actually like perfect timing. Like the World Series of Poker was just going on, and I thought like you follow all the guys on Twitter, like specifically like I was following like the Barstool guys that were at the tournament, like Mincy and Smitty and those guys. And like Mincy said himself, like he's bankrolled. I know from watching, these in the past, like every single person in there is bankrolled and getting paid for.
Let me backstep and say, when I say I don't do these types, I won't do it with Zed specifically. I have bought shares of my friend's poker. Like he sold, 50%. I've bought 20% of my friend's buy-in, like because I know my friend's a good poker player. I know his cash rate. I know all the things that make me feel okay betting that on that person or that thing. You know what I mean? If that's how you feel going into this, then you got nothing to worry about. You got your money live dog essentially. That's how you gotta look at it. But if the things don't add up, maybe you don't do this,
I also think it's brand building, and I'm probably even gonna, like if I was ever in a situation where like we had enough money from just doing Zed, in the future that a $5,000 race came around and we could easily bankroll it from our stable funds. I bet you we would probably still sell some out because it's just so fun to like root with like a team of people for a single thing, and it feels a lot better when you're the owner of it. Like that may sound narcissistic, but whatever. But like everyone knows what I'm saying. Like when a bunch of people are rooting for your horse, like because they have an actual vested interest in it, it's a very, very fun and cool experience. People the past few days have invested. Some people have been like so excited on Twitter that they get involved with this, and I legit loves that. Like that gives me a rush to see how excited people that are Skanked and Dank Phantom are for this race.
Syndicates are what give the common person like something to root for, like once a month or once every if you buy a 2% of a grade 2 horse, like you're not getting a lot, but you're part owner of that horse. So like that having skin in the game is better than not, essentially. But syndicates in real life are what make horse racing fun for most people. Like you just have a piece, and I get it. But like I said, I'll always give the my side of it. Like if you don't feel good about it, don't do it. If you think you're on a live dog, then you got your money in good, then go for it. It's just one of those bankroll management and the smart gambling. Like always keep it.
I'm even looking to take it to the next step next time. Like I might even like swap. We needed the money this time because we really just didn't have enough, and we were trying to go into both at the same time. If we did one, we probably would have been fine. But like Keith was willing to swap like 10% of Chromatic Fury for 10% of Dank Phantom. I know in the future, side we'll do like 10% of of one more Tisha for 10% of like Dang Phantom, and any race that I'm not like exposed in, like I wouldn't have been exposed in the sprint, or I mean I'm not
Hedging,
exposed
you
in
know
the
what I mean?
sprint. I would have done
Hedging
10% of one more Tisha for 10% of like Dang Phantom or stuff like that. That's like the best way to use the asset in my mind, where you don't have to give like money to anybody. Just use, you know, your asset is quote unquote
Trading
collateral.
is nice. I've been saying it for you. I love trading, haggling, bargaining. Like, just it's the old ways coming back. Like for the NFT space, like trading for assets is just great. But also just like share swapping is dope too.
Yeah, and share swapping just increases the entry. Like I could have probably got 10,000. I could have probably got a 10,000 entry at 18 for Dang Phantom with the amount of people that reached out. And towards the end, I had to say that we were full. Plus, I think the people that like, I think guys like if it was 10,000, Archie would have still given like 15% of that. Keith probably still would have done 10. So I think some people would have proportionated up. Plus, we would have had a lot more people that want to do it. That just in terms of the event, it allows Zed itself to get away with throwing like bigger prize pots that they can advertise, because they'll get more people to enter, because now more horses have the entrance liquidity because they're able to stake. I know there's things like fractionalize and other things out there that they do this for you. I know talking to some people, it's still in that gray area of like who owns the Zed horses, because once we figured that out, it's like, can I take Dang Phantom and put it on a site like Fractionalize? I'm not one to speak about it, but I think somebody should potentially look into something like that, because it's legit game changing. And I still think it's the easiest way for small stables to level up is to be able to stake on better horses than trying to like grind away and find like little pockets for their, you know, subpar average horses. Is take advantage of stuff you don't own, win some money on it, and then bring it back into your stable like in the real life, and level up. I see Nettie just said something. Zook, how much do you understand Z-Sim? Why is my horse so slow but wins constantly? Also in a race. Also in this race, would you back a horse with it? In this race, yes. In this race, yes, because if you look at them, it looks like there's a bunch between like 7 or 12. So I probably would. But I legit think that it's a crapshoot in that, but I think you're still getting better value, because I think it's legit like an 8-horse random race instead of a 12-horse. So your odds are you're getting a little bit better odds, because the odds are taking into account that it's 12-horse, but I think there's 3 or 4 we can immediately just write off. So I would at those odds and that win percentage. In this race specifically, if we were in a race, you know, where there's a 2 odds horse with a 30% chance to win, my answer is probably different. But for this one, yeah, I would back. I can just bring it up. If it was being offered and I didn't own a horse, I'm a degen, so I would back any horse here that was positive EV. I would probably potentially back. Probably in the order of the EV, honestly, I would go down in terms of who I would want to back. But if it was offered and like they were willing to sliver it up pretty small, like whatever, 100, 250, and I just didn't have a horse in the race and I wanted to, yeah, I would back anything with positive ROI on Z-Sim for this, just to take a chance.
I'm gonna pull up OTB and look at the current odds that they have up.
Oh no, East Coast. Okay, thanks. I'm writing off.
So
to win.
Evergreen Gates is the current wagering favorite.
Who is?
It's first or last. It's first or
Yeah,
last.
the ones who picked for last.
I would see, but that's the
I guess,
thing.
yeah.
Like, it makes sense.
Zook
Right?
is
If you say if a horse is your pick to come in last, you're also saying it has a good chance to win almost at the same time with a horse like
Zook
this.
is the ultimate push, so Evergreen
Makes
probably wins.
sense.
I did flame in the actual race, so
with that answer.
Sproul, I would think about putting 2.0. I would think twice about putting.
I mean,
I agree.
It depends what kind of horse. Yeah.
It also depends if it's a top 6 or a top 3, because these top 6s, maybe the breeding 2.0 works better where you don't need that variance roll.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, if it's only the top 3 are being paid, you do want that more, you know, you would want to go more towards that 1.0 and not the 2.0. But, you know, a lot of theories will be tested. This is a small sample. It's only the first. We'll have them over the next 4 or 5 weeks. We'll see if we can draw any conclusions from that. Still, it's going to be a small sample.
Thanks, fans.
These are events. Hey, we've all watched the Derby. We've watched any of the Triple Crown races. It's like the weather, right? They take time during the entire day to break it down. Then the race happens. Then suddenly every single person forgets what they said before the race happened, and then they break down the race afterwards. So similarly to what East Coast Stables is saying, like, it's all just a fucking crapshoot at the end of the day. That's what makes horse racing, one-off races, so fun for the type of community we are. Because, maybe not in a free or $250 or $5, but you got to hope that in a $5,000, every horse does have a chance because no one's throwing absolute dog shit into this. Okay, thanks with a 1.1% and a minus 20% ROI kind of makes me think that person has to kind of know it isn't a killer 1,800 on this platform, but whatever, man. Whatever, man.
Ponyfish might even pop off and surprise.
Oh no, Ponyfish.
That's like my dark horse. Like, I don't want to talk about it, but I kind of mention it. But yeah, he like, I don't know. The top 7 horses busted at 18. Like, it's just go. I'm happy to be here, honestly.
Third head, Think Like a Freak, Ponyfish, Dank Phantom, Barack, Evergreen Gates, Chromatic Fury, and that's no slight on the other 5, but those 7 legitimately to me are a pick 'em in this race. Like,
the third head is number 1 on the Z-Stem.
Maybe the percentage is a little bit off between them, but those 7, I'm putting at a pick 'em to like win this whole thing.
Yo, I said earlier.
Like this. What's up, Jigga? Do we have a hockey team?
Yo, do you think I know I'm late, but I'm on time for this race. You think I was going to miss it? Come on now. My wife's like, hey, can you help me with something? I was like, honey, there's an important race coming on. I've got to be upstairs. She's like, the fact that you called this a job and then walked away. I was like,
you might not get dinner after that comment. That's crazy. But to touch back on Z-Sim real quick before we get into it and get sidetracked, because I know we will. Third head is what everyone considers third head versus the field. If that's the case, that's juicy. 10-1. Obviously, it'll change when everything gets sprinkled in. But if people think it's third head versus the field, normally it's the chalk favorite in those situations. But 10-1 is looking kind of nice. But yeah, everyone's on Evergreen Gates, it seems.
So this might be a stupid question. Are flames in top 6s? Like, do those change?
I've noticed it not changing in lower class races, but
flames are the most likely to get in the top 6 versus top 3. Because now I'm thinking that's what Z-Sim does. Because it's not top 3, it gives flames based on in the money, which is top 6 in this case, right? So I'm like wondering, is that the same thing with that?
That's a layer that I didn't even think about.
I doubt Zed
Z-Sim.
put 2 different flames in.
Because when I look at this, like, I'm a little confused. Because like Dank Phantom is 55.2% in the money, but not getting the flames on Z-Sim. Am I reading something wrong?
What I wish, and maybe someone out there with tools can do this, I wish that for races like this, there was another tab that said head-to-head, and you could just click on one horse and it shows you their head-to-head versus the field. Click on another horse, see their head-to-head versus the field. That's something I would like to see. Cause
like every other horse in the
I can't
race.
look at all that, and that's stuff I want to look at in big races like this. Who has the advantage in the head-to-heads in other high-stakes races? Like, that matters at a certain point. Yeah, it matters. But maybe someone out there with the tool capability can make that for me.
Wait, so you're saying if I hover over a horse, it tells me
or just have another, up on the top, have another tab. That's head-to-head tab. You click on third head, and it shows you third heads head-to-head versus the entire field. Like, against, Think Like a Freak, against Ponyfish. Like, just side-by-side, essentially.
Yeah.
I would like that for races like this.
Who's the favorite to win this one?
The favorite, Think Like Evergreen Gates is the betting favorite on Guru's site, and it's the favorite on Z-Sim right now for the simulation. But I keep running them, and they go back and forth between Think Like a Freak and Evergreen. So let me click on it again and see if it changed.
I forgot that it does.
See, now Think Like a Freak is the favorite. So let's go.
You also swap with Dank Phantom, yeah. So, I mean, the machine can show us so much, but as soon as the digital gates open, That's it. Everything's out the door, like you said earlier. It doesn't matter what we said. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, yeah. It's so funny because I love it. Like, with like sports, like whether in like breakdowns, it's just like you break it down. It's a guess, and then it happens, and it's like, let me tell you why it happened that way. Even though an hour ago,
it's just
I was telling you why it was going to go exactly the opposite way. Because I'm obviously, the person that predicted it wrong is obviously the person best suited to, discuss why it went the other way.
Yeah, it's like picking this running back's going to have 100 yards. Why do you have 10?
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I love it so much.
Kingpin, this is right off. I didn't set this. This is Z-Sim, so it is the top 6.
It's set for top 6, yeah.
Yeah, it's set for top 6.
All right, let me check the number countdown. We have 8 minutes.
I sleep on Think Like a Freak.
Chromatic
this is a good horse.
This race is just I'm just waiting for these 8 minutes to pop up. Victorious Taurus just got that down to 4-1.
You know what's great about this horse? This is one of those horses that someone was like, fuck, the breeding algo is changing, who knows what's gonna happen. I want to capture anything that's saved now. 3 days before the new breeding algorithm goes in. They bred Things Like a Freak, so if they waited 3 days, they would have not gotten this horse. We all know that. So like amazing.
That's crazy.
Look at this now, 4 ETH profit, like 3 days they would not have gotten this horse. And now, my God, at this distance specifically, let's see. It's so funny because people went different ways. There was a whole contingent of people that didn't breed for those 2 weeks, and then when it switched, they like let the stable loose. And then there was the contingent of people like Lucky Jack, like Aiden, of people that bred like a ton right before, just because they didn't know what was going on. Michelle's got anxiety right now.
There's a couple things. There's some vegetables out there that get rid of that, I heard.
I'm about to hop out.
I might have to take a little backstage break real quick, This is your first high stake. No, you've done the $500 buy-ins, right? With Dank and Silly Samwise.
We've done tons of hundreds. I don't know how many. I think Dank's probably done like 5 or 6 500. We've done tons of hundreds.
I remember you always snapping because you wanted to just punt Dank into $500 races, and the rest of the stable was like, "Go fuck yourself. We're not doing that." Like, I'll put my own money up.
So the first time I ever did it, I paid for it on myself, and we won.
Yeah,
I didn't win.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's one of those situations. I know I can win it, and I don't want to do that. It's fine. I would have no-served you as well, but
What is point? So what's an ETH? What's 500? Like 0.3?
I think that
0.25?
I don't know.
0.2?
It also has changed from last year, I believe. Well, I guess maybe it hasn't.
Like it's been in more than this. I think. Maybe it's only been in 1/500.
No, but you won that one. No, you did run third.
Well, I came in third, so I profited a little bit.
Profit's nice. But yeah, just
take over for 2 minutes. I'll be back.
Take over 2 minutes. Oh my God! Come back and talk about the hockey team. This guy running away. Dylan, where's this horse at that you bred for Danny Banana sitting in the standings right now?
I just got knocked out of the A bracket, so I put it in a race. It's actually, I can send you the race.
Oh my God. Why would you do that? You trying to get back into A for the maiden?
Yeah, dude, let's make some money.
You're crazy. You're crazy. Sometimes you gotta take them off their field and try and win the tournament instead.
Yeah, it happens.
It's all right. I gotta see when the...
Yeah, you don't have to. I can just tell you what happens. I'm watching it right now, and it's about to end. Took 4th.
Still points.
Yeah, so.
Bananas. Behind bars. What a great name. All right, so you get to fight it in the cross tournament this week. If they do a 21 and up tournament, you get to fight it there. So massive utility, not terrible. And you hit the distance preference on the head. It's not bad. So now, after this, my recommendation would be 1,000 meters the rest of the way out. So you can come down in class 3.
Yeah.
You're already 24 points above. But the good thing is, with the cross tournament, you're not going to get points added on for that. So that's good.
Yo, my cleaning lady steals all my shit. I don't know what the fuck she can do with the USB cord that plugs into my JBLs because she just left my headphones here. But
You pay these people more money, they want to steal from you.
no,
Yeah, maybe leave a tip once in a while.
no, you don't do.
You know how much
no,
shit I
we
take
manage-
from restaurants I worked at?
My mom's like a psychopath. Like when I grew up, I'm an only child, and I have
We know.
my mom and my dad. So there's 3 people in the house. We never did anything. My house was completely clean. I had cleaning ladies there like 2 or 3 times a week to like just dust what they had already dusted the day before. Drove my dad
Bougie
fucking
ass life.
bonkers. I'm gonna try my old headphones though.
So she stole your new headphones, basically, is what you're saying? I forgot we lost him here. Yeah,
He
crazy.
just goes in and out.
The only other time, and it was wild for me, is my aunts in Mexico, they have a house cleaner and stuff. And I was like, you know, for being raised such a hardworking person, I never thought I'd have to come down here and go to my aunt. It's only my aunt's out, too. They gotta be bougie. Fucking maid showing up to clean the rooms.
Hello,
6 o'clock in the morning, I'm trying to sleep. I ain't having that.
Am I good?
Yeah, you
That
sound like
sounds-
shit, but you're good.
Yeah.
Should I take them off again? Was it better
No,
off?
just
without
do
it.
your thing for now. It's not like, you know, won't be ready for the next stream. Just pay
You know,
your
I
cleaning lady a little more. That's it. Tell her you just got those. You really need them.
Oh, you have to pay people more to not steal shit? You're just not supposed
Welcome
to
to
not
America,
steal stuff?
bro.
You're just,
Yeah.
Welcome to
I didn't know.
2022. This
I
inflation,
don't know
bro.
why
You ever
you're
hear of
smart
inflation?
players.
Oh my god, yeah, I've heard of inflation.
I'm going back to taking lollipops from the gas station again.
How much time until this race? I'm
About
having
5
an anxiety
minutes.
attack about.
You got
No,
2
I
minutes.
think like 2
You got
minutes.
2
yeah.
minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
we should just pull it up.
Yeah, let's pull it up. Yo, that's a
Gotcha.
crazy number. I'm kind of tight. You know the problem is I hide shit when I'm not in the right state of mind, if you know what I mean. And then when I look for it, I think I'm a fucking genius when I'm hiding it, and like I hide it where like even the CIA couldn't find it. Like it's ridiculous.
Like the low hot 10 files.
Let's go.
Just hit them. Hit the list of horses. Never to be seen again. Kinda
From
nice.
the community good guy Dan Shan, wishing everyone good luck.
Third head coming
Look,
out.
Dan
of 7
Shan's
to
on
1.
Dan Shan's on Team Dank Phantom.
I mean, it's not glue, right? So that just means your horse is not glue, correct? Because
And
why
he
would you
only-
back a glue horse?
Hell, what does it tell you if Dan Shan only invested in 18 and not 26? Makes you think.
Probably a sprinter, honestly.
Makes you think. Yeah, he probably would have. If I put it in the 1,000, maybe someone would have staked the whole thing.
I might have given 50%, honestly. There's a small chance. All right, homie. Deep breath and good luck. Good luck to everyone else as well.
Is
Ooh,
it
got the
shot?
skins.
Dylan, can you bring yours up?
I can try. Let me share.
Maybe
It's
yours is
glitching.
less-
It's gonna matrix. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh, do you think that's what it's doing?
Mine's definitely gonna matrix. So I'm gonna switch over to mute myself again and put the race back on.
Okay.
And they're off. Really choppy. Let's see if mine's any better. Is this one better? I guess so. If no one's saying it's not, I'll ride with this one. 12
No, it's all-
horses.
Mine's just as bad as yours. I don't understand what the hell's going on.
I'll just ride with this one. Okay, thanks. Dreaming of Douglas, Chromatic Theory, pacing the rest. Horsefoot Flames, the variance horse, Evergreen Gates towards the back, but still. the front and last horse within a length of each other. Rest in Peace, Compelling Song, Still Chromatic Theory, Dreaming of Douglas, Okay Thanks, and Third Head will be the horses that would get paid if they cross the finish line in the status quo. We know that will not be the case. 1,200 means we are 200 meters away from that magical distance where the first horse will look to push. Right now, Rest in Peace paces the rest, jockeying back and forth with Compelling Song and Okay Thanks. Now we get to 1,000. Which horse is gonna be the first of these 12 to go? Will it be Third Head? Will it be Chromatic Theory? Will it be Dank Phantom? All 12 still being shy as we get halfway through. None pushing, none being the one that wants to set a new tempo. As I say that, Rest in Peace, Barack, Evergreen Gates, the first 3 to go. Dank Phantom as well. Here comes Okay Thanks. Here comes Dreaming of Douglas. 650 now turns to 600. A minute of the way through the race. Which horses will finish in the top half of the leaderboard? It's still Evergreen Gates in first, followed by Rest in Peace, Barack, Dank Phantom, Okay Thanks, Think Like a Freak in 6 as it stands, but not for long. Look at that freak run down the center of the track, blowing by Dank Phantom, blowing by Rest in Peace, blowing by Evergreen Gates. What a freak this horse looks to be here in the $5,000 high stakes 1,800 meters. Think Like a Freak, leave some for the rest of them in a runaway. It's not who, it's by how much. Think Like a Freak, Evergreen Gates, Rest in Peace.
Did y'all get third?
Dank Phantom, yeah, I think I got third. Let's count it down. I was just watching
That's more
the front
than
one.
Yeah, I
Jesus
think they
Christ.
made third.
Fucking race. That race was insane.
That
Think
was
Like a
awesome.
Freak. What a fucking
Freak
run by
went
Think Like a
crazy.
Freak. Jesus.
That was
Before the race went
dominating.
off, that may be the best horse in the game. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yes,
Evergreen
that's a third
Gates.
for Dank.
Thank
got
Phantom,
third.
that's kind of
Dang.
nice. Rest in
Damn,
peace.
you made-
Okay, thanks.
you made
Jimmy Douglas.
$3.
Oh,
Let's
Third Head
fucking
out of the
go.
money.
Let's go. A good race for everyone. And Zook, Brian,
Oh, okay,
Michelle,
we made it.
Heroin, we pay the people. We pay the people.
Okay, thanks made it. We
Yeah,
talked a
y'all
lot
get
of
more
shit
than
on
$1.
Okay,
It's
thanks.
kinda nice.
Yo, should we rewatch that race, Doughboy, so we can go through it?
Yeah. Also, why
Yo,
everyone's just getting choppy on that one. That one was shit. That sucks.
not
Also, why did
not
you
the
miss that
call.
race?
Not
No,
the
the call was
call,
great.
because obviously no, not the call, because obviously I'm not putting myself up against Larry Colmus, but arbitrage that goes up. People remember
Oh,
arbitrage's break when Larry Colmus called them out. That run down the stretch by Think Like a Freak is one of the better Zed runs you'll ever see. For what it meant, the amount of money at stake, the competition that it was up against. Jesus fucking Christ.
My thing for Zed next time, yo, if you're gonna do 5K entries, do a nice racetrack that everything's visible as well.
Yo, we made
Ebbs is the king of
4K for
aesthetics,
Dank.
so
yo, we
Let's
made
go.
4K. That's kind of nice.
there is no.
There's your next entry.
Yeah, pay it up. Look at that. Now you got some $500 bullets to fire. Well, I guess
Might ru-
depending after your payouts, your percentage.
Might rug everyone. Might rug everyone. Hold on.
I mean, what do you get? You
Should I
lose
just start a
80%,
syndicate?
okay.
I'm keeping it. And we're just rolling it
Ah,
into the
look
next
at
one,
this.
baby.
This is beautiful. This is what I like to watch right here.
These horses don't even care.
That's what I'm
That's how you
talking
know
about,
these
Zed.
are the
Get your
best
shit
horses
together.
in Zed. This is how you know these are the best horses in Zed.
They already have a head start. Oh damn.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was kind of nice.
Yeah, you
when
should-
Dank when Dank broke, it was
I
either
was-
like it was one of those ones where it pushed continuously. Like, it didn't stop pushing. It pushed out and like finished racing. But there was a thought in my head. It's like, damn, not like this, Zook. Not like
I was
this.
mesmerized by Think Like a Freak. Legitimately mesmerized.
Yeah, that break was incredible.
Holy shit. And when I called it, I was going down the leaderboard and I was naming the top 6, and Think Like a Freak was in 6. So my call was Think Like a Freak in 6, and then I turned to look at it and I'm like, not for long. And it
Yeah.
legit, at that moment, I was hoping that it kicked everyone else off this. See, that's the tough thing with having a horse in these, but calling them. Like, I was not thinking about Dang Phantom at all. When I saw Think Like a Freak running down the middle of the track, that was insane. Who else broke? I want to see Evergreen Gates also. Like, did Evergreen Gates break early and hold
One
it?
of the top 3, yeah.
Yeah, I was ahead of Dang for a while.
Didn't hold podium. I don't know if it finished in the top 6. Might have been 5th.
5th was okay, thanks.
Nice $100 or $1,000.
Let's go here. 750. Okay? So rest in peace. And Barack went. Evergreen Gates went up the middle. Dank Phantom went. I can tell you at this point, I didn't think I was finishing in the top 6.
No, that's what I said.
Yeah,
this
I
is one I was like, not like this, Zook. Let's hope it was one of those like continuously pushing throughout the race. So.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that, and I saw him gaining on the guy on the outside. I figured you were top 3.
Yo, this isn't. Wait, hold on. I want to go back. So 750.
Broke at 650.
So I want to see, did it ever? It touched last. I want to. It did touch last for a second. It didn't stay there, but it touched last for like a split second. Didn't even break from there. Just didn't stay there for too long. And then with okay, so broke with 600. So a third of the way, 2/3 of the way through the race is how long it stayed in last before it broke. And look at this break.
Yeah,
It doesn't look fast, but you like the quality of horses. This is like, it's literally blazing down the center of the. To hunt down a horse like Evergreen Gates that's running like that.
To have
What
that kind of
happened
break
here?
in a field like this is just like massive.
So after this, we'll look at the payouts, and then let's go see the Z-Sim, and let's see the type of rolls that they rolled.
Yeah, we'll take a little, go back and look at the profit on Think Like a Freak and see what that turns into.
Yo, it was
Overall.
4 ETH. It was 4
It was a
ETH.
38 ETH prize pool. 38 ETH. That's the highest. I'm pretty sure that's the biggest prize pool in
In ETH.
play to earn
In
potentially.
ETH, yeah, probably.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah. The hell did I say I was looking at this? Let's go to simulator. Dank Phantom races search.
Also, thanks to chat, everyone chilling, hanging out.
Yo, that was dope.
Yeah, that was good
And I
stuff.
hope it shows Zed, like, with these events, people will show up.
Set your alarm. We'll be back at 4 a.m. for the start.
Yeah. Yo, look at the roll that Think Like a. Oh my god. That's gonna be the best roll in a big race ever, maybe. Besides Sentinel, but those don't count.
So Dank Phantom
Yeah,
kind of
confused.
performed what
Yo!
it's supposed to.
Dank. So this is an interesting thing. In top, and this is me just throwing shit out. Probably doesn't mean anything. In this, in top fields like this, it looks like a lot of people rolled like bad rolls. Did like the competition like get to them, make it the race harder, make them like not do as well? Because this roll for Dank Phantom, I don't think would be a podium in most races against this type of field. A 0.15 Z-score in a field like this should not be getting podium, and most races wouldn't. So it was actually a poor performed race by most of these horses, and you wonder, you know, obviously it's just a roll, but when you want to drum up entertainment and, you know, the value of watching it live and the value of the esport, you maybe think that the moment get to some of these horses. You see a horse like Third Head roll the roll like that, and it's like, you know, what happens? What happens in this big race?
Yeah, let me take a second. Congrats to Pandora's Box Racing.
Yes, let's look at the new.
Also, this is a Z2 leg. Like, it's not even a Jenny. So a Z2 leg just
So
mushed
fucking
top
nice.
Jennies. Like, mushed top Jennies. Like, not even
Dude.
just beat them. Mushed them.
Dude, this
That was
breed,
fucking nice.
3 days earlier, has now become a 13 ETH decision. To breed that 3 days, you know, they wait 3 days before, after they do, they probably don't have this 13 ETH. And on top of that, just the notoriety of like, everyone now knows this horse. And not that they didn't before, but anyone that didn't, this is now a tier 1 horse. Not saying it was before, but there's no argument the other way now.
Oh, no, absolutely not. No, you
It's
can't-
one of the
you don't
best-
win races like that and just get
Here,
put
go
on
to the
bench,
chart.
like-
No. Dude, a bred horse? That's insane.
Yo, so my buddy Frost dude,
Oh, the profit
his
loss.
dad is actually the owner of Think Like a Freak. He said the whole family just now was watching TV, screaming, yelling, bugging out. So getting real
That's
life
awesome.
updates.
That's
That's
awesome.
nice.
Yeah. No, it was what a rate. I want to see. Let's look at the payouts real quick again.
There you go. Don't worry, Bryce. I'll make it 3 a.m. We'll be back.
800. Wait, what the fuck? I have one of those. Oh, 800 divided by 5,000. So look, even in 5th or 6th, you got a 16% return on your money.
That's worse. That's worse than betting 500 to win 100. I would never bet 500 to win 80. Or I don't know, man. This is like I said. This is.
Yeah, but it's different, right? Because you're not betting 500 to win 80. That's just one of the outcomes that could happen.
Sure.
I wouldn't. I don't think anyone would do it if like that was like that's for 4th, 5th, or 6th.
That's minimum.
Like
that's
that's minimum.
So like
exactly.
even at minimum, I'm still sketch. But like if like we talked about, like if you can get a piece of an evergreen gate or a piece of dang phantom, like, and you feel good about that, especially after seeing how it worked here, I feel good like. Sprinkling.
I'm so fucking happy that people won money.
Bit, Yeah, that's dope.
I'm so fucking happy that people won money on me. Like people that just put in but like, there's something like I love Keith.
Congrats,
guys.
Congrats,
I don't give a fuck that Keith or Archie or Dan Chan, or even myself won. But there's a few people that bought in that didn't buy in with a lot of money. That this is good. This is good. This is good for them. I'm very, very happy that some people and. The amount they would have to do with like the 500 they gave me to make $400 back on that, I'm happy that with their inputs as well, having to divvy that up into like $2 or $5 races. I'm happy with this.
Yep, that's good stuff. Can't wait for 4 a.m.
4 a.m. Yeah, there's another one at 4 a.m. I'm trying to get in touch with Redman.
Yeah, I'm actually that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reach out to him and see what he's doing. Because I'll wake up for that. I'll just run my tournament races that day too, or that time as well. Yeah, I'll actually send him a message now. That's good.
We're doing a 4 a.m. stream?
Hey, it'll only be 1 a.m. for me. I might just stay up.
Yeah, you are up at that hour.
The next race goes off in 11 hours. The next 5K. And
my man Yusefi is helping us. My man Yusefi is trying to help out with this. He's my connect, I think. The best guy that works for Zed is Ryan Yusefi. And he understands the need for this is probably no matter when they fill on a Sunday, like they can fill at any time. We get them scheduled for like, if all three, this would happen 7:30, 8, like something like that, or whatever time that works for like most people, but not 24 hours specifically. And they know that this was just a test to see if they fill. They know the next step is, okay, once they fill, is there now a way that no matter when they fill, we can put a time for them to go off? And who knows if they even need to maybe do it manually first, but they almost like cancel the first race and like after it fills and then put it in to a new time race and just hold on to the money and then pay it out manually or like something like that. But they know the next step is, we had like 90, I think there was 95 people in here watching, during the race. Of only 12 horses, and I think only 7 or 8 unique stables. Without without a horse legit in this race. So if you give us 3 or even 6, where more people have a chance in it. Starts with 5,000, 2,500, 1,000, 500, 250, 100, and make it a circuit. You give that to us, we can handle the rest because we know Zook. We all love to DJ. Yes, sir.
I'm going to play, I've got live footage of when Think Like a Freak was racing. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. Shit. Here we go. Oh, yeah. They look like they had themselves a good old time with this.
Oh, this is from them? This is them?
Yeah, I just got them to send it over.
All right, I turn the sound off of this. What a race.
Yeah, it was just had Redman, see what he's doing. Because I'll definitely wake up for that.
Both hitting the button.
I mean, that's what it's about, right? Like, that's your syndicate right there. 5 Action Syndicate. Congrats to
That's a nice crib. That's a nice crib also.
That's
not a
awesome.
man
It looks like a rental down at Outer Banks. They all have
Yo,
that
that's-
same fucking layout. It's crazy.
I was just
That's
in one at
awesome.
So
Rehoboth.
good.
Every beach house.
Yo,
I've
that
ever
was
been to has
fucking
that same
sick.
layout. Yeah,
That's what it's about. Yo, they just won
That's party
$13,000. They just won $14,000.
Yeah, that vacation just got a lot better.
That vacation,
Vacation was free.
Yo,
I know.
keep
I'm
in touch
messaging
with
them right
Jigga.
now, being like,
make sure
where
they send
you
us
guys
videos
at?
from the night. Yeah, make sure that they send us videos from the night. So on Friday, we can stream a recap of, we'll show off the race again, we'll show off their reaction, and then we'll show a 5 hours later, and then a montage video of everything they did that night.
Yeah,
But
but
no,
the
that's what it's about.
montage video would be better with their earnings if we just go hang out with them tonight. And then,
I mean-
let's do a live stream on the
Yes,
street
I would-
celebrating.
Oh,
Yes,
you
I
guys
would
buying
love
me
for
my
them to
flight
spend
ticket?
money on us. No, just people that could drive can come. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, just
No,
people
I
that
can't
are driving
drive,
distance away.
Actually,
Did they
you
say
know
where
what?
they're-
It might be cheaper to fly than drive.
Did they say where they are? Where'd they say they were? Sorry.
Did
they even say that?
I was just excited for them. So.
Yeah, maybe they don't want to expose where they are. Even though there's people on TikTok that if you just show them a picture on Google Earth, they can tell you exactly what the longitude and latitude and city of where it is, and it's actually
No,
becoming like an
they're called
e-sport now. That may be the next thing we cover, Jigga, in the future. They just show a Google Earth picture, and the guy's like,
Ain't no way.
in the middle. I swear on my life, they'll be in like the middle of like the country of Georgia, and it'll
There we
just
go.
be like
Look,
a
Zook,
dirt
we got the
road.
invite. Absolutely.
go!
Come on down.
Let's
Let's go.
Oh, in Hilton Head. I'm sorry to be like
that's it.
exposing.
All right, good seeing everybody. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Duke, I'll meet you out there. It's time to party.
Someone in the Carolinas?
Yo, that's right near you, Jigga.
It literally is.
Yeah, South Carolina. All right.
I mean, you know what? I am looking a little less Puerto Rican today. I could use a little bit more tannage, So
I've
I
never
think
been to
that
South
seems like a good
Carolina.
spot.
That's the problem with being Hispanic is you don't have that tint, that olive tint. They don't know. They have to know.
Right,
you have to let
right.
them know.
Listen, I don't go outside for a couple of days. I'm automatically putting Italian.
I'm ghost
bucket.
white. I need to get out and get my Mexican back. I lost it.
Doughboy, this is the guy. Now that he said the name, I remember the name. It's Rain Bolt. You could show him any picture on Instagram.
Oh,
Let me
nice.
just let me just copy and paste it if I can.
Take a picture of a park bench.
Rain Bolt. Yo, it's insane.
Oh, so he's just a certified genius. He can probably do a Rubik's
Pandora's
Cube in
buying
10
a few
seconds.
rounds at Saratoga. You know
Let's
what?
go.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm out. Listen, I'm just gonna
Whatever.
tell you right now, the rest of the week's shows are canceled. I have a feeling I'm gonna be stuck in Hilton Head for a couple days. That's it.
Fair enough.
That was a good
Good
race. How
shot.
about we watch it one more time and then we sign off? How does
Yeah,
that
maybe
sound?
it's
Do
not
it.
as-
Let's do it.
Maybe
Let's
it's not
do
as
it.
choppy this time.
Watch again.
What's this
Last
hockey
of
thing you
all
were,
the
you were all
winners.
about?
Oh yeah, how much longer did the hockey meeting go, Jigga?
Oh, we have much to talk about. Padawan.
I knew it.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait.
hit
for
after
the
hit after hit, baby.
version to come out.
I'm excited for that.
It's got to be around the corner. Someone has to be working on it.
You know, Dylan, they asked me to look at the hockey team because they were looking for people that root for teams that won a
That
playoff
don't stink.
series this year.
Yeah, brother.
When
When was the last time you won a Stanley Cup? When's the last time you won a
The
Stanley
typical
Cup?
Pittsburgh Steelers
that's such a-
fashion. How many championships do you have?
many champions?
How many
How
rings
many
do
you
you have?
got? You got a lot.
no.
You got a lot.
But Super Bowls are different than everything else, so it plays, Dylan. Super Bowls are like this, and every other sport is like
that's
way
the
down
answer you
low.
get
Wow,
from,
Stanley
Why
Cup.
is it
right.
the minute you
Doughboy,
both-
this is the answer you get from someone that's won Super Bowls.
Why
right?
is it the minute you both started fighting and talking crap, it's storming outside my house, the lights are flickering. Like it made that moment so dramatic for me. It was great.
Oh my goodness.
Did any
I
of the
wonder who's gonna win this race.
Want to find out?
I have a sneaky suspicion it's going to be Think Like a Freak.
Suspicion.
Did we see if any of the two horses we rode off lost? Compelling song
Okay, thanks, made
and
it fit. I said that.
okay, thank. Fuck, man. See, now I'm the guy, right? That was talking shit before. And now it's like I got to break it down.
Taurus.
Yeah, that's a
pulled
good
12.
win. That's a good win for OK
That's a
Thanks.
great
Like,
win.
yeah, to pull fifth.
That's a great win.
Yeah.
Like
Jeez.
that's the kind of race that separates you. That literally, I mean, again, it's based off the algorithm. Like it could happen a different way, where it could be four horses going across the wire. But like that's a huge win considering the field, considering the entry. Like,
Yeah.
it's nice. It's nice.
We didn't even discuss third head not even making money.
Well, I was just about to ask you that, Dylan. Did
Like
it
I
come in 7th, you said?
Yeah, third head came in 7th.
Oh!
Yeah.
And do you know who came in 6th or no? Just that it came in 7th?
I don't remember the 6th. but
Okay.
we're
Red
about
doesn't
to-
show up in these big races. Like, just does not show up. It's kind of weird.
Third. That's weird.
Yo, the $1 million question has been asked. Y'all gonna stream the 1,000 race tonight?
I'm
I'm
waking
trying-
up and streaming it tomorrow. I hit up
Yeah, we're
Red
trying
Man,
to get.
the Aussie.
Oh,
I'll
you hit up
probably be
Redman.
around.
I hit up Redman also.
I'll be very
Nice.
drunk.
No very drunks. No promoting
Dude,
alcohol.
it's gonna be 1 a.m. for me. What do you want?
That's to go to sleep. Take a nice nap. Have a couple glasses of water and an Advil. Wake up fresh and make better decisions the next day. You know.
That doesn't sound
Yo,
like.
All right,
DJ.
look,
Yo.
I'm just gonna put it out there. If any of you guys decide at 3 a.m. we need to turn this thing on and go live, I will set an alarm, and I mean, I'll do it with you guys.
No, Jigga, I think the thing is we're going live. I think it's just there's someone, a good buddy of ours, that streams at that time.
Yeah, the Aussie.
We just want to
the
make
Aussie
sure.
guys
We just want to
stream
make sure
that time.
if
Oh,
he's
yeah.
streaming, it would just be done on his, and if we're streaming, it'll be done on ours. But I think we're settling on that either way. We're gonna be
Either
involved
way, we'll be
in
on.
that stream. Yeah.
All right,
But yo-
3 a.m. it is.
The Dank Phantom like legs on this skin are mad nice. I like that like it's all white with like an all kind of chocolate glaze for the Budweiser skin.
The Clydesdale skin.
This is a crazy third. This is a crazy third for Dank Phantom, and no way am I watching this thinking that it's gonna get a third.
Dude,
It has
I knew
it's
would
the
get
silly
us there.
Samwise effect. You know, they share the same stable name. You know, same trainers.
Dab on the haters. Think like a freak. Wow.
Won like a freak. Was that a couple?
All
Was that
right.
like a full second and a half that they
Yep.
won by?
We could say we can. Yeah, 1.6.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, Douglas ended 6th over third head.
Oh, Archie stealing it from arbitrage.
So damn, Ponyfish shit the bed too.
Oh, third head is
Third head.
arbitrage, not Jack from Bad Boy Racing. I fucked that up.
That's
Bad Boy
switched
Racing
up.
Crimson is Ponyfish.
Yeah, that's there's a couple recent sales in here that a couple horses that switched hands that made appearances. But yeah, congrats to everyone that podiumed, got some monies. Congrats to everyone else who participated. This was good stuff. And like I said, we'll be back for the next one. Hopefully, in the future
Yeah,
we can get these things timed
congratulations,
appropriately.
everybody.
Don't
Awesome.
spend your money wisely. Spend your money wisely down there, Pandora.
All right.
Have a good night.
Think like a freak. I'll see you guys in a couple of hours. I'm on my way to Hilton Head. Peace.
Damn, like the morning I remember take with the 10 mark. Remember damn, like the morning I remember take with the 10. Damn, like the morning I remember